We know, it's hard to believe that the time has finally come. After covering MoviePass for literally years now and watching it slowly wither away and die time and time again, it is finally, officially, 100% gone forever. It's over.
No more life support, no more waveforms, flatline, dead.
No more CEO in a barrel. No. I don't know what he's up to now.
Government took the barrel.
Yeah, probably. And much like the story from last week about Gritty punching a child, we are more than proud to say that the death of MoviePass was once again arguably the most submitted story we've ever received from all of you on Twitter. Thank you for keeping our mentions filled over the past week. We actually do appreciate when people send us stories like this because it lets us know that we've somehow attached ourselves to the zeitgeist surrounding these types of stories. We are part of MoviePass history, and now we get to read its obituary.
Yeah. I already did technically read its obituary months ago.
But it's time to do it again.
May have been a bit preemptive. Mm-hmm. There was still a chance, a very slight chance, but now MoviePass is officially fucking dead.
Yes.
So anyway, we've done this a million times before already.
Buckle up, everyone. It feels good to... That's why people like reboots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They get to see us wearing different clothes, aged slightly more, and doing the same story.
So it's time for a quick summary of the MoviePass Saga.
That's not quick.
Okay, well, MoviePass officially launched all the way back in 2011, and within about a year, it became a major industry disruptor thanks to their unlimited movies plan that allowed users to pay a cheap monthly price in order to see as many movies as they wanted at certain theaters. It was a service that seemed too good to be true because it was. Like with countless other industry disruptors, MoviePass had banked on the idea that as long as they kept their subscriber count growing, they'd eventually become so big that the industry would be forced to play ball with them, and then they could figure out a way to become profitable.
Then and only then. Once you get the numbers, then you get the money.
It sounds stupid, but this is the business model of a lot of companies.
The 2010s will be, as far as business goes, defined by industry disruption and just front-loading millions, if not billions of dollars in cash to potentially fail.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Anyway, in the meantime, they would have, before they become profitable, they would have to, of course, pay for the cost of their services with a hell of a lot of investor money.
Yes.
Each one of those tickets was not free. That was coming right out of MoviePass's pocket, or rather, MoviePass's pocket that MoviePass's idiot investors were continuing to pour money into.
We need more money. Don't worry, we're sitting on a golden egg here, boys. We're all going to be sipping Mai Tais in no time.
How close do you think you are to profitability?
Right around the corner, I swear.
Okay, cool.
Now, it didn't take very long for theater chains to protest the service, most notably AMC theaters, who publicly bashed them, disassociated themselves as best they could, and then started up their own movie subscription plan, which undercut MoviePass and helped push them to the brink of extinction.
Damn it, why didn't we think of that?
Now, throughout the whole timeline, MoviePass changed their pricing and how the service worked multiple times. What once started as a simple set fee per month had turned into a confusing mess with varying prices based on your location and which theater you'd be attending. They switched to a loaded gift card style system in order to circumnavigate the potential bans that they'd received from multiple chains. They toyed around with multiple tiered services with wildly fluctuating monthly subscription prices, with some tiers reaching $99 a month, probably the only one that made financial sense for them as a company. Now, eventually, the service would also go from unlimited movies to a tiered model that allowed their users to see just 2 or 3 movies a month for a lower price.
Everything changed in 2017, though, when a company called Helios and Matheson Analytics bought out the company.
Yeah.
The decision was made to bring back the ridiculously cheap $9.95 a month for unlimited movies option in order to grow the subscriber base as quickly as possible, with the intention of making up some of the revenue by tracking users' viewing habits in order to sell targeted advertising. Big data. And subscription numbers did balloon. They reached as high as 3 million paying customers by mid-2018, due in part to the absurdly cheap options, which allowed subscribers to pay just $7 a month if they bought an annual membership and paid in advance. But that's also around the same time that reality started to hit.
Yeah. In April of that year, MoviePass started doing away with their unlimited plan for new customers and started restricting customers from selecting certain movies to see. And people were justifiably pissed. It was a bait and switch. And within a few weeks, things were back to normal once again. They brought it back. They were like, we're constantly testing out new methods to find profitability, and you're the guinea pig. But yes, even going back to normal this time, that was also short-lived. By June of 2018, MoviePass was already losing around $45 million a month. AMC had, meanwhile, successfully launched their subscription service. So with the debt piling up and newer, stronger competitors entering the ring, MoviePass once again started to mess with their pricing by adding things like surge fees. A month later, in July of 2018, MoviePass showed its first major crack when the service went down right in the middle of peak summer blockbuster season, specifically during the launch of Mission Impossible Fallout. It was reported that following the Mission Impossible outage, Helios and Matheson had to borrow $5 million just to bring the service back online.
But hey, that's dedication. They could have given up right there and been like, this is a lost cause.
Yeah.
No, they ran down to the bank, and they secured that back.
The best part about that is, yes, $5 million is a lot of money. But in the scope of what was happening here, $5 million is kind of pathetic in order to just bring things back online. Like, it'd be one thing if we were like, all right, yeah, we got to take a loan of like $1 billion out. It's like, all right, well, they're front-loading this thing for years. $5 million, you're like, what, is this going to be around for like a week? And that was kind of the case.
Sir, is this a personal loan or a business loan?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, in the wake of this, prices rose once again, options became more limited, and the service started blocking opening weekend tickets for huge releases. A month after all this, the company ended their annual pass option and offered customers who'd taken advantage of it a prorated monthly membership instead. That's when the lawsuits started to roll in. MoviePass was sued twice within a few months for failing to provide the service that it offered.
Bait and switch.
Executives started to jump ship. The company was the victim of a massive data breach affecting its subscribers. And to top it all off, MoviePass allegedly started randomly changing people's passwords on opening weekends, making it impossible for them to even book movies.
Oh, out of an abundance of caution, we went ahead and changed your password right before the next big movie came out.
Hey, you got to do some weird things when your entire business model is predicated on people not using it to its fullest potential.
I mean, it is kind of like, it's a brilliant strategy in that they definitely saved a bunch of money doing it, and also they got to just say that it was for security reasons.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, you didn't change your password for a while. We had a little data breach.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and changed your password for you, but, Thursday night. We did it Thursday night.
Yeah, I guess the timing was a little bad.
Sure. Now, at some point in all of this was a failed attempt to launch their own movie studio, because then they could make amazing movies and all their subscribers could just go see those movies instead of something stupid like, I don't know, The Avengers. The result of MoviePass Films, that whole big endeavor, it was the widely panned Gotti, starring John Travolta. Anyways, all of this leads us to September of last year, the day that MoviePass officially actually died. In September 2019, it was announced that MoviePass would be unceremoniously put down because, quote, efforts to recapitalize MoviePass had not been successful. Oh, you think?
Yeah, I guess not.
Their CEO resigned, and that was pretty much it. We had heard the last of MoviePass until this week.
So remember that company, Helios and Matheson Analytics, that swooped in to save MoviePass and attempted to turn it into a profit powerhouse by dumping millions of dollars into the trash, essentially, in a bid to boost the subscriber numbers? Well, first off, when shit started to go south, they spun off MoviePass into its own thing called MoviePass Entertainment Holdings in an attempt to publicly separate themselves and save their stock price on the stock market. Apparently, the damage was too severe, and the company, which was founded all the way back in the early 80s, had been completely eaten alive by this one monumental fuck-up.
They didn't check their own analytics.
Fellas, you ever buy a company that's 100% doomed to fail?
Well, it was a risk we were willing to take. And now, the founders of this company
But imagine if it had worked.
It would have been great. It was announced earlier this week that despite their attempts to distance themselves from MoviePass, Helios and Matheson Analytics will be no more. According to MarketWatch, Helios and Matheson Analytics Incorporated, the parent of the MoviePass cinema ticket subscription service, said Wednesday it has filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, allowing a court to sell its remaining assets and wind down all operations. In a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the company, which shuttered MoviePass back in September, said these board members have tendered their resignations, leaving the company with no remaining board members.
Damn. The article continues, though, giving a brief overview of the life and death of MoviePass, which ultimately resulted in the parent company being shuttered, saying this: MoviePass made a splash when it first started offering users unlimited entry to films for a monthly subscription price that was way below what was needed to cover the costs. The company was soon underwater and was recording million-dollar monthly deficits. Executives said they were hoping to generate revenue by monetizing user data and selling ads for movies and theater chains, plans that never came to fruition. Before launching MoviePass, Helios and Matheson was a small data analytics company. The stock has fallen to 0. Boy.
Yeah, I love the ending of that. Like, the nail in the coffin is literally like, before launching MoviePass, Helio and Matheson, just a small data analytics company.
With a dream.
Something to be proud of.
Yeah,
for the founders. But one bad mistake, man. All it takes is one bad day.
I mean, it's like it's one bad mistake. It's like a bad mistake on the level of like Mel Brooks as the producers. Like,
yeah,
so,
we were
I don't know.
Some would say we were too successful at being the worst.
Yeah,
yeah. So I mean, that's basically it. The end of an era for this show. But at least we still have Elon Musk, right? We have him to pick on because when Elon Musk isn't launching rockets, building energy-efficient cars, tweeting about anime, and accusing heroes of being pedophiles, Elon Musk, he also moonlights as an EDM producer, apparently. And he just dropped a brand new track this week called Don't Doubt Your Vibe.
Don't doubt your vibe.
And he also posted some photos of him in the studio, lest
Yeah.
you believe that he did not produce this thing.
Yeah,
He was in there grinding out,
an Elon Musk joint.
burning the midnight oil, putting out Don't Doubt Your Vibe. The track itself, it's pretty standard EDM fare.
Well, it sounds like something that would have come out like about 15 years ago.
Yeah. Well, no, but
It's very like Euro techno, like turn of the century.
Well, yeah, the evolution of EDM though has kind of gone, in the mainstream sense, has gone back to a more subdued style of production. Take for instance the release of Porter Robinson's new track this week, which he also sings over in a modulated voice.
Okay.
Everyone just wants, listen, the world is burning, Elliot, and even the ravers need to calm down a little bit.
I have been doubting my vibe quite a bit lately.
Don't doubt it anymore. So yeah, it's pretty low-key, the beat. It has some ethereal-sounding synths, something that you could hear playing at any festival and just not think twice about. Oh, it's an interlude. Cool. Yeah. Let's get to the next banger. But yeah, the thing that makes this stand out is that it was produced by Elon Musk, which is weird. Yeah. The man is too busy as it is. He don't need to be fucking around the studio.
I think this is fine. The man hadn't taken a vacation in like 20 years.
Yeah.
He, have a little fun, Elon.
My thing is, I think that, he always wants to be the best at everything and be the first at everything.
Yeah.
And I think that he might be a little jealous of his girlfriend, and maybe he's like, well, oh, you don't think I could produce a track for the music industry?
I wonder what that was like when he showed her this song. He's like, honey, what do you think? And she's like, it's really good, baby.
You're the best.
Wow, you did it.
Great.
Because Grimes, say what you will.
Good tracks.
Very good tracks.
Yeah, good artist.
Very musically talented woman.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, again, there are lyrics to this. I sang them a moment ago.
Yes.
And in the song itself, they're sung by Musk. Elon Musk, though they don't stray incredibly far from the title of the track itself. It's just, don't doubt your vibe because it's true. Don't doubt your vibe because it's you. But slower and cooler.
And over and over and over.
Yeah, it's one of the longest, like 2 minutes and 30 seconds of my life.
Yeah,
but also surprisingly catchy. There's a bit of
earworm in there.
I was like, I could keep listening to this, but it's going to be stuck in my head for a while.
Well, there is something that happens if you keep listening to it, Elliot.
Yeah, the real magic from this track, it comes from what happens next. Now, once you meander through Musk's sonic landscape, SoundCloud does what it's programmed to do by taking over and introducing you to more music in a bid to keep you active on their site. But the results of their algorithmically chosen track selection is a bit odd here, to say the least. Here's how The Guardian explained it.
Still, at least it comes with an unexpected bonus. If you leave SoundCloud running after the track ends, the app, for reasons that aren't entirely clear, algorithms, mischievous intent, it immediately moves from the nascent oeuvre of Elon Musk to the work of a rapper called Almond Joy, automatically playing his track, Erectile Dysfunction, with its diverting opening line, quote, I'm sorry my dick doesn't work. Languishing unnoticed on SoundCloud for a year, it's seen a vast upsurge in plays since Musk's track made its debut, replete with a series of comments indicating that Elon brought me here. Perhaps that will be Elon Musk's most lasting musical legacy. He's brought erectile dysfunction to the masses. Nice.
Yeah. And also, to be clear, this Don't Doubt Your Vibe, not Elon's first track.
He had one a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, about 10 months ago. Not 5 years ago, as you might think. He released a song called R.I.P. Harambe or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And that, we all kind of forgot about that meme. That meme was very much dead. And last year, Elon did a whole song about how much he misses Harambe. It featured a ton of like voice modulation, auto-tune
I
shit.
didn't go through the full list, but I have to assume that it was nominated for a Grammy this year, right?
I think everyone was.
At this point, they need a best meme track.
It's coming. It took the Grammys like 20 years to even make hip hop category.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a while, but yeah, we're gonna get meme songs in there.
Yeah, that's going to be the ultimate
God
test
willing.
for Musk, is him getting a Grammy, or more Grammys than Grimes.
Yeah, everyone always talks about EGOTs, but like, where would the JD and Power and Associates Award fit in there?
Yeah, perfect.
A GGOT?
yeah, great. And a bunch of other awards that you can just buy for yourself if you're a company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got there's my Better Business Bureau award, the Triple B, right next to my Grammy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, in other weird music news from this week, God damn it.
It was awkward.
In an effort to apparently make Elon Musk seem less cringy, here's a video of Machine Gun Kelly rocking out on top of a meeting room table at Interscope Records while his new music plays. This man's like, what, 30 years old?
He's 29. He's almost 30,
he's going above and beyond here to sell the room on this track.
Yeah.
I'm sure that while it was awkward and uncomfortable in reality, the room definitely stood up to applaud his weird display, lest they lose their jobs for not acting absolutely fucking stoked at whatever the hell's happening in front of them, which was a 29-year-old dude getting real punk rock with it and almost tripping and falling into a bunch of laptops while people awkwardly stare at him and drink their coffee.
Yeah.
Definitely one of those videos people are going to just be adding different soundtracks to for a few months now.
Yeah, some of the reactions in the room, although the video is extremely brief, some of the reactions are great, just sipping their coffee and being like, what the fuck is going on here? I worked for a band that was on Interscope and have been in the meetings where they're blasting a new album. Yeah. And it's incredibly awkward because, like, depending on the most important person in the room, whether that's the A&R person or the executive, like, everyone just kind of, like, reacts with them. Like, if he's bobbing his head, like, everyone starts bobbing their head. But it's just really awkward to be in there because, like, no matter what, they're going to say the song's good.
Yeah, that makes sense. I never thought of that. I mean, it's not like with like screening a movie or something where everyone's attention is focused on something. Yeah. You're listening to music, you just kind of
look around.
Looking around.
Look at the ground.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, look, good for him. He took an awkward moment and made it way more awkward at his own expense.
It's also really great, too, because in these boardrooms and in the executive offices there, like, obviously on purpose, these executives, they get the best sound systems that money can buy in there. So it is so fucking loud. Like, if you're on the same floor as when they're debuting one of these things, all you can hear is the muffled sound of whatever the fuck they're showing off. It's unique, to say the least.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyways, back to some movie news with this very interesting story, which, if it came true, would undoubtedly be one of the pinnacles of modern cinema. Paul Rubens is apparently courting the Safdie brothers, a.k.a. the creative duo behind Uncut Gems, for a dark and gritty reboot to the Pee Wee Herman character.
I'm in.
The very idea of a Pee Wee Herman movie written and directed by this duo is so absolutely absurd that I'm very much hoping that it comes to fruition. The Pee Wee character itself is pure insanity that was, of course, bottled up and marketed towards children after the major success of the Tim Burton-directed Pee Wee's Big Adventure. So seeing him portrayed in a way that's completely outside of what people assume is the norm would be something that is, at the very least, interesting, considering his last on-screen appearance is 2016's Judd Apatow-directed Big Holiday, and that was just mostly true to his classic Pee Wee form. Family-friendly, not breaking the mold too much outside of the character.
I think I watched the first half hour and fell asleep. I was like, hey, it's Pee Wee Herman, he's back.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's fine. And he did nothing wrong when he was jacking off in that porno theater. Absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah.
And my hometown made that man a criminal.
It's a porno theater. What do you think's happening in there?
There's two things that my hometown is famous for. It's where George W. Bush was reading the book upside down when 9/11 happened, and it's where Pee Wee Herman got caught jacking off.
What a legacy.
Yes.
Anyway, Rubens, who created and is essentially indistinguishable from the character of Pee Wee Herman, he has apparently had an idea for a dark Pee Wee movie bouncing around in his weird little head since at least the late 1990s. According to a write-up in The Hollywood Reporter, in it, Pee-wee emerges from prison to become an unlikely yodeling star, then moves to Hollywood and becomes a movie star. Then he develops a severe pill and alcohol addiction that turns him into a monster. Quote, "I've referred to it as the Valley of the Dolls Pee-wee movie," Rubin says, dead serious. "It's about fame." Damn.
Yeah, so he pitched this before the big holiday Netflix series, or it's not series, movie. And Judd Apatow was like, nah, I think I'll do the fun Pee-wee one.
Yeah.
So yes, he was shot down by Netflix and Apatow. He pitched it after Big Holiday as well, and Netflix was like, Pee-wee, come on. Seriously, we're not going to do this. So all that aside, he's not letting it go. He is he's seeking out the talents of the Safdies. Quote, "Undeterred, Rubens approached the Safdie brothers, the sibling director wonder kids behind Uncut Gems, who are considering the project." So you would assume Hollywood Reporter would have confirmed that with the reps and not just taken Pee-wee's word for it, so that's interesting. Now, obviously, it'd be pretty hard for us to believe that this would ever get made, and although Rubens he still has that baby face, this man is 67 years old and has already said that the film would most likely need to make use of the de-aging technology like the kind used in Irishman, so...
well, we have the technology. We can build it.
At least he has the baby face. He can put just a ton of makeup on it, and he's good. I don't think he needs that to spend those extra millions of dollars on this.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that hard. Come on.
I mean, we would definitely watch a Pee-wee movie made by the Safdies. Will it happen? Probably not.
But please.
Please. It would be great.
Make it happen. Anyways, for trailers this week, there's a trailer for the new animated Mortal Kombat movie starring Joel McHale that we spoke about last week. There's an amazing trailer for a Beastie Boys documentary that will sadly be exclusive to Apple TV when it's released.
Yeah.
And, of course, trailer for the next Fast and the Furious movie, Fast 9, which has done the only thing it needs to do in order to sell fans of the franchise on this new movie, appear to be even crazier than its predecessors, which is an increasingly hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Apparently Han is not dead anymore.
No, he's back. And also there's a plane, there's like an Avengers-looking fighter plane that can scoop cars up. He's punching cars, he's doing all that kind of stuff. They had a big, did you watch any of the press event?
Yeah, it was weird.
They had like I don't even think 500, like I would say a few dozen people in the crowd at this giant like stage outside near the Super Bowl. Yeah. And they had like Cardi B and Ludacris performing. And then like, they're like, who's stoked? And it's like the camera pans and there's like, I don't know, maybe 150 people there. Like, woo!
Cool.
It's all about family, baby.
Yeah.
It's still, the weirdest thing is that because in this universe, he's not dead, but they named their son Brian, even though he's just like left.
Yeah, that part always struck me as in weird taste.
Yeah.
Maybe not poor taste, but weird taste.
Yeah. I mean, we get it. It's a tribute, but it's in that universe, he's not dead. He just went away.
Yeah.
And he named a baby like right after he left. Anyways.
Now, so yeah, all the links to all that, as well as the rest of our stories, including Elon Musk's hot new EDM track, are down in the description below. Yeah, don't forget to check out this week's exclusive 90-minute podcast. That's for Patreon supporters and YouTube members. You know where to check, the Patreon page. We'll be back really soon with a brand new episode of Weekly Weird News, but in the meantime, check out our most recent videos right over here for just all the coronavirus content you can shake a stick at. Yep. It's all there. And it happened, guys. It is now a pandemic of global concern or whatever. The World Health Organization, they're saying you should worry about it. Yes. So I guess start worrying. Time to start worrying. Bye-bye. Bye.